For the people looking at travelling to Iceland or who may be considering travelling there, I want to share with you the 10 best tips you should know about Iceland. Tip number 1, and probably the most important tip of all, hire a car. Iceland is known to be an incredibly expensive country, and it is. Public transport is extremely pricey and tours are not affordable for some people who go. Hiring a car before you arrive will allow two things. 1, a cheap way of getting around, and 2, freedom to go anywhere and everywhere you want to go, which is a huge advantage. Make sure you hire a 4x4 or even a sleeper van. Tip number 2, get out of Reykjavik. The capital of Iceland is where the majority of the small population inhabits, and while it's a nice city, it's just another city. Explore the countryside, that's what you're there for. With your car, circle the entire ring road. A good amount of time to allow is 7 to 10 days. Tip number 3, consider hitchhiking and camping. Iceland is easily one of the most naturally beautiful countries in the world, and also known to be one of the safest, which encourages many solo travellers to journey out there, both male and female. The ring road is the only road to take around the island, so it's common to see travellers walking the side of the road to get a lift. Camping is another popular option, as there are many camping spots all around the island at very affordable prices. Tip number 4, summer or winter. This decision is up to you. In summer, be prepared for close to constant daylight and great weather, which is great for sightseeing and exploring. Keep in mind that camping sites only run through summer and more hostels and hotels will be open. In the winter it's cold and everything closes earlier or is not open at all, but you still get to see enough daylight, and the effect of snow on everything is an incredible sight. Also, you'll be able to get a great chance to see the northern lights in winter. Tip number 5, you won't need to learn Icelandic. The people of Iceland speak perfect English, and while I believe it's a good idea to learn a few words in each language, it is not necessary here. Tip number 6, you don't have to go to the Blue Lagoon. Everyone thinks that when you come to Iceland, you've got to go to the Blue Lagoon, just because it's all over the internet when you look up Iceland. But there are loads of geothermal areas all over Iceland and hundreds of rivers and hot springs that you can go to for absolutely nothing. While it's one of the top tourist attractions in the world, most locals themselves have never even been. It's a haven for tourists, and because of it, it is incredibly overpriced. Another option to consider is Mývatn Nature Baths. It's in the north of Iceland and it's a quarter of the price, and it's still incredibly beautiful to visit and relax. Tip number 7, go free. Yes, Iceland is an expensive country, but you don't actually need to spend that much money. With thousands of stunning waterfalls, geysers and geothermal areas, there are endless amount of attractions to visit without spending a dime. There are many man-made and natural hot spring rock pools and rivers all around the island, and it really is true that in Iceland, the best things to do are for free. Tip number 8, bring a credit card. It's a better option to pay by card than cash in Iceland, especially gas stations for example. Most of the gas stations are automats, which means that you can only pay by card. Everywhere around the island accepts card, and generally, because things are so expensive, there's no need to carry so many notes on you, but there are still so many ATMs throughout the island if you are looking for one. Tip number 9, pay for something expensive. If you are travelling to Iceland for something in particular, don't hold back just because of the price. Do it. The last thing you want to think about is regretting something because you didn't want to pay for it. It's all about the experience. And in Iceland, there's many experiences like whale watching, scuba diving, golden circle tour, and many other things. If you want to do it, then go for it. And finally, number 10, a very important one, is to respect the environment. The Icelandic landscape is just as picturesque as it is fragile. Due to the high amounts of volcanic ash, the ground is exposed to erosion, and due to the more recent popularity of visiting Iceland, this can cause further stress on the undisturbed environment. Never drive off-road and be responsible wherever you are, as we must keep the island as beautiful as it is today forever. Thanks for watching, and I hope these tips helped. Be sure to follow me for many more helpful videos in the future, and don't forget to check out my Instagram page at One Lost Child.